work? In spite of its theoretical successes, practical men of business used to dismiss game theory as just one more ineffectual branch of social science. But they changed their minds more or less overnight after the American government decided to auction off the right to use various radio frequencies for use with cellular telephones. With no established experts to get in the way, the advice of game theorists proved decisive in determining the design of the rules of the auctioning games that were used. The result was that the American taxpayer made a profit of $20 billion, more than twice the orthodox prediction. Even more was made in a later British telecom auction for which I was responsible. We made a total of $35 billion in just one auction. In consequence, Newsweek magazine described me as the ruthless, poker-playing economist who destroyed the telecom industry. As it turned out, the telecom industry wasn't destroyed. Nor is it at all ruthless to make the fat cats of the telecom industry pay for their licenses what they think they are worth, especially when the money is spent on hospitals for those who can't afford private medical care. As for poker, it is at least 20 years since I played for more than nickels and dimes. The only thing that Newsweek got right is that game theory really does work when applied by people who know what they are doing. It works not just in economics, but also in evolutionary biology and political science. In my recent book, Natural Justice, I even outrage orthodox moral philosophers by using game theory when talking about ethics. Toy games. Each new big-money telecom auction needs to be tailored to the circumstances in which it is going to be run. One can't just take a design off the shelf, as the American government found when it hired Sotheby's to auction off a bunch of satellite transponders. But nor can one capture all the complicated ins and outs of a new telecom market in a mathematical model. Designing a telecom auction is therefore as much an art as a science. One extrapolates from simple models chosen to mimic what seem to be the essential strategic features of a problem. I tried to do the same in this book, which therefore contains no algebra and a minimum of technical jargon. It looks only at toy games, leaving aside all the bells and whistles with which they are complicated in real life. However, most people find that even toy games give them plenty to think about. Conflict and cooperation. Most of the games in this book have only two players, called Alice and Bob. The first game they will play is matching pennies. Sherlock Holmes and the evil Professor Moriarty played matching pennies on the way to their final confrontation at the Reichenbach Falls. Holmes had to decide at which station to get off a train. Moriarty had to decide at which station to lie in wait. A real-life counterpart is played by dishonest accountants and their auditors. The former decide when to cheat, and the latter decide when to inspect the books. In our toy version, Alice and Bob each show a coin. Alice wins if both coins show the same face. Bob wins if they show different faces. Alice and Bob therefore each have two strategies, heads and tails. Figure 1 shows who wins and loses for all possible strategy combinations. These outcomes are the players' payoffs in the game. The thumbs up and thumbs down icons have been used to emphasize that payoffs needn't be measured.